Hey, everybody. Welcome to Keep It Simple. We are in day number 33. We have a push and pull day. So if you have a pull-up bar, we're going to be using a pull-up bar. If you don't have access to a pull-up bar, don't worry about it. I will have you do an overhead pull on the ground. So we're going to start off with some body weight moves, and then we'll transition. So push-ups and then pull-ups. But if you don't pull up, then you'll lie on the ground. Take your weight overhead and then pull back. Try to go for as heavy as you can. After that, I'm going to be using my 30-pound dumbbells for a chest press and then for a rhomboid row. And then just to get our heart rate going a little bit extra, we'll do 30 jump squats. But hopefully you have a roller. We're going to be starting off with a foam roll. I have my little mini roller today that I'm going to be using. And I'm going to have you start with it under the base of your skull. So just at the base of your head where you feel kind of the neck and the head join in. And then I want you to just roll your head gently back and forth, left and right. And then hang out on the right, nod your head up and down. So the roller will kind of move with your head, back to the left, nod up and down. Perfect. Center, nod up and down. Good. All right, just releasing there a little bit. And then roll it on the very top of your shoulders. Grab through the core. If you don't have a roller, then just hit up some cat-cow. You can hit up some bird dogs. Little ranges of motion, arm movements. But if you don't have a roller, I would highly recommend you get one. So we're switching up our warm-up to rolling. I think it will be a nice little treat for our bodies. Just roll at the top of the shoulders, shoulder blades. Take your arms behind you. Lean a little bit to the left. Roll, just little spot. Lean a little to the right. Roll. All right. And then we're going to move on down the chain. Start at your mid-back. Grab deep into the core. Lift your hips. Just roll to the low shoulder blades. Don't go too far on the low back if it feels painful, especially if you feel like you don't have much core activation yet. You want to have a lot of core flexion to hold support if we decide to roll the low back. All right, moving on. Let's go into our glutes. On the mini roller, we're just going to do one cheek at a time. All the way up. Move the body around, shift back and forth, whatever it is feels good for you. Roll all the way down that hamstring. And then we're going to go all the way into the calf. Start right underneath that knee. Lift up those hips, roll back and forth. You can plant your other leg on top. Roll your foot to the inside, and then to the middle, and then the outside. Okay, and then let's go into that other leg. Start up on your glute. Roll pretty far up. Stay a little extra longer in the spots that feel tight or that feel a little more tender. Make sure you're not putting tension into your neck as you're trying to hold support on that upper body. So we want to use our back to help support the upper body. Roll all the way down that hamstring. Go ahead and get some more focused breath going. And then we're going to drop down onto the calf. Feel tighter today than they did yesterday. It's always interesting. I did those jumps yesterday, all those Mary Catherine's jump lunges. So maybe that's a part of it. Definitely a part of it. I ended up running some stairs too. So whatever it is that you have going on, this is why we're going to be rolling. Just release that stuff. Okay, let's flip it over and grab the quads. Let's see, we'll stick with one at a time. Oh, roll up and down. You can turn onto the side. Usually that side is where I am the most tender. Maybe all the way up into the little hip flexor area, your hip joint, hip crease. Okay, and then we'll switch to the other side. Roll back and forth. Definitely tender. Means we need it. We need it. We need it. All right. We're going to skip our shins today and try to work into the chest a little bit. As I was telling you yesterday, it's a little bit awkward, but we're going to do what we can with it. Whether you have the little roller or the long one, you're going to kind of point it out at an angle away from you. And then see if you can get just the edge of the roller onto your pec. And then just roll down the shoulder, the front of the shoulder, and then in toward your neck. So you're right in the front of the shoulder. Get a little bit into the pec. Definitely in that tight area, that joint as the shoulder comes into your chest. Okay. First couple times I rolled my pecs, it was very awkward. I couldn't quite figure out where I wanted the roller, so just stick with it. It'll get a little bit more natural, especially with what we have going on today, all of our push-ups and chest press. Getting into the chest, our fascia around the chest is going to appreciate this. Remember, you can always just hold the body still and move your body part too. All right. I think that's good enough with the roller. Go ahead and push up into your downward facing dog. Big wide spread open fingertips, pedal out your feet. Slide your belly strong, slide your shoulder blades down. Widen your feet and walk your hands back into your feet. Drop your hips all the way to the ground. Push out into those knees with your elbows. Plant your hands together. And then, since we're going to be on those palms soon with our push-ups, after you get your hands together, palms together, rotate in and around and stretch this way. So get the backs of the hands together, stretch those wrists the other direction. All right, you guys, all we have are 5 reps of everything. So that's why I'm going heavier. If you don't have access to heavier weights, then see if you have the time to add on a few more reps. All right, so only 5 push-ups. So work on some range, work on your form. Make sure that your elbows are not out too wide. Keep your strong plank position. This is our core work for today as well. Keeping that core strong as we're lowering down. So hands are just outside your shoulders. Elbows are going to point at an angle, so not directly out to the side, not pulled directly in toward the rib cage. Make sure that you keep that plank position as you drop and push. There's 1. Can you get your chest to tap the ground? Shoulders back and down. 3, 4. It's okay if you can't get all the way, of course. 5. What matters is that you're keeping that plank position and that you're building the chest. Okay, grab your weight and you're going to go into your overhead pull on the ground or join me for pull-ups. Be in control on your drop. Make sure you're dropping all the way down. 4, 5. Feeling the back, the lats, upper back, and back core. Okay, back into push. Get those heavy weights ready. It's your choice. You can go up into a glute bridge, or you can keep your hips on the ground. I'm definitely in the phase that one of the hardest parts now is just getting my weights up. All right, I'm going to go into a glute bridge. Here we go. Elbows out nice and wide, especially depending on how heavy you were able to go today. Don't rush your reps. I'm just at 2. Control the pace. 3, time under tension, feeling the core engage. 4, and then pushing straight up over the chest. 5, getting the chest muscles to do the work. All right. Next up, we're going to go with that rhomboid row. So you can grab one of your heavy weights or both. I'm going to start with both, at least for now. The rhomboids are the muscles between your shoulder blades on the back. They lie underneath your traps. So you have to dig super deep to get into them, just like with our deep interior muscles of the core. Okay, so we're going to stay hinged over with a flat back. Hold those weights between the legs, tighten the core, flatten the back. Pull right up to your chest, rib cage, sternum. You're focused on squeezing the shoulder blades together. Find those rhomboids. Keep the core strong. 4, belly strong, grip with that back. 5, perfect. All right, 30 jump squats. Give those arms a little break from gripping. Make sure you're getting that full squat. Last 7. And 1. Perfect. All right. Stand at the back of the mat. Hinge over your legs. And then walk forward. There we go. That's a set. That's all we're doing today. All right, back to your push-ups. Belly strong. Low range. It'll get you. Pull-ups are next. Remember, you can dead hang if the pull doesn't work for you at this time. Even if you don't get your full range. Nice job. All right, back to the ground for your chest press. One of the advantages of pressing from the ground is that you don't end up with the elbows going too low and putting too much pressure on your shoulders. When the hips come up, you have a slight aspect. Here we go. But I like that fact that the elbows kind of have a target point and don't go below my back too far, putting extra stress on the shoulders. Try to develop that chest. Focus on the chest doing the work. Last one. Perfect. All right, come up, get those weights ready for your rhomboid row. Those rhomboids, they're so important. You super need them for posture. It's difficult to engage the muscles of the back to find them without, getting stuff under load, getting your back under load. But really try your best to flex into the back first and then pull the weights. And sometimes you have to start lighter. If you can't stay with that flexion, that feel of flexion and heat. I think that was 5, but just in case, you might want to just drop your weight if you can't feel the flexion. All right, here we go. 30 jump squats. Keep your core strong. Knees line with toes. There we go. When you're in the middle of all that stuff, think about what you're here for. What are you really working for? I have been playing a lot of beach volleyball, and I've been thinking, all right, got to be able to jump up off that sand. So keep the motivation, keep those jumps going. Don't cheat your way through. Find extra motivation. All right, find your plank. Here we go, 5 push-ups. Keep your range. Full push to the top. Perfect. All right. Back to our pull-ups or your overhead pull. Here we go. Get that chin over the bar if you can. Good job. Getting to 5 feels fasting. Like, can I already be there? Yes. 5 is a nice number. Slow it down. Stay connected. Stay strong. Here we go. Belly locked. Check in with your wrists for me. We have a tendency to let the wrists flop back. You want to tuck your wrists in like you're lengthening the top of your forearm, pulling your palm toward your knees. I think that was 5. Struggling with my count today. All right. Back to our rows. Pack your back, grab the core. Focus on those rhomboids. If you need to put one weight down to get deeper into the back flexion, then do it. Don't let the body move. Hold still and then row your elbows. Oh. All right, here we go. 1, 2. All right. Stretch over those legs. Bend your right knee, bend your left, and then let's walk it forward. Hold a child or a downward facing dog for a second. Feel that core grab, stretch into the back, and then bring it on forward. Set 4. Hit those push-ups. Roll, shoulders back. 5. Those are starting to get slightly tougher. Woo! All right, back to our pull-ups. Feel that back. Do the work. Yes. All right. Back to the floor. Get those weights. Elbows out wide. Find good posture in those shoulders. So right here, roll those elbows or the shoulders back. Make sure you're pressing up right underneath your nipple line, not at the neck. 4, 5. And we're down. And we're up. All right. I'm going to go a set with just 1. Last time, feeling more in my elbows. Like I said, we want to focus. Rhomboids. See if you can develop. Yes. Much better. 3. Neutral pelvis to shoulders. I was letting my low back sway too much, and we're good. Right? So watch here. I was swaying. Tuck just a teeny bit. Whew. All right. Let's go jump squats. 10. Go for some range. Yes, you'll go slower, but it makes sense. Dropping deeper, jumping higher. The lower you go, the higher you're trying to get, the more muscle you have to activate. So the more muscle you're building, higher heart rate, better stamina. All right, guys, we're doing a 5 by 5. We got our 5 reps, and we're going to go 5 sets. So this is it. 5th set. Lock it in. Keep it super perfect. 5. 5 pull-ups or your overhead pull. Lower slow, last one. Serratus muscles right there. Otherwise known as the bra bulge. If you wear a bra. If you don't, More power to you. Okay. Best set yet. Make it happen. Relax the neck. Feel that chest. Okay, rhomboids. I'm gonna go back, try my 2 again. Strong belly. Flat back. 4, 5. All right, 30 jump squats. Last 10. Keep your range. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. So good. All right. Drop onto your knees. Bring one arm way out in front. Slide your other arm under. Thread the needle. Shift the hips to pull to that side of the under shoulder. Let's switch. Nice job. Great way to start the day. Come back to your hands and knees. Take a couple cat-cows. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. So the opposite in that upper back of what we just did with our rhomboid rows. Just one more. All right, and then level off. Grab your transverse abdominis, pelvic floor, tighten it up, suck it together, and then straight arm squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then round. Just a little planche push, scapula squeeze. There's 2, I'm gonna go 1 more. And 3. Perfect. Curl your toes under, turn your hands around. Fingertips point to the knees, stretch your forearms and wrists. So good. Slow, heavy, controlled sets like that, you can really see where your strength has progressed and developed. Bring your left leg forward. Keep the right leg back. We're going to slide in. Feel the back hip flexor. Pull your front hip back, your back hip forward, and then open your chest and tuck your tailbone. Bring your right arm up and reach. Lift, 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 reach up, reach up. Take your left arm inside your left leg and then open your right arm back. Chest. Can you externally rotate that arm? Pull the thumb back. Palm faces the ceiling. All right, slide forward. Hinge back. Toes come up. Reach the chest forward toward those toes. Square off your hips. Lengthen that hamstring. Now we're going to twist the other way. Right arm onto the ground. Inhale. Lift your left arm. And bring it back down. Other side. Bring your right leg forward. Square off those hips. Slide in. You find your best stretch. I'm still feeling my inner thighs from all of our gate swings from day 31. Superset day. All right, plant your left foot or left hand onto the ground. Bring your right arm behind. We already did that side. We got to go the other way now. Oopsies. There we go. Open the chest. Right hand down. Left arm up. And externally rotate. Left palm. Open that chest. Find the stretch. Make sure you're not grabbing in your neck. Hinge back. Find your hamstring. Toes come up. Lengthen. Reach the chest forward toward the toes. Make sure you're keeping those hip flexors open. Stretch them a few times per day. Check your pelvis. Now we'll rotate that right arm straight up. Check your pelvis. Put your hands, your thumb and finger on the bony parts of your pelvis, whether or not you can feel them. Trust me, I know I've heard it all. Too much fat. I can't feel my pelvis. You can tell, I promise. So if you put your thumb and first finger on the front of the bony part and near the back of the hips, the top of the glute, you can feel tuck and then rotate forward. So anterior tilt, posterior tilt. All that you have to do to get that pelvis neutral is flex the glutes a little and feel the core strengthen and the hips pull up in the front. That'll help open your hip flexor, strengthen the glutes, and make a very happy low back. All right, grab your hands, open that chest one more time. Neck relaxes. All right, you all are fantastic. I'll see you tomorrow. Keep up the good work.